Hello, so on this week's blog/vlog, we are going to be focusing on the thematic statement of characters that take a stand, but mainly in the focus of the thematic concept of racial inequality, because this week's books are Separate is Never Equal by Sylvia Mendez, Separate is Never Equal, Sylvia Mendez and Her Family's Fight for Desegregation by Duncan Tonatiuh. We have this book, and we also have Can I Touch Your Hair? Poems of Race, Mistakes, and Friendships by the duo Irene Latham and Charles Walters, and the illustrators Sean Qualls and Selena Alcott. But the first video, we are going to mainly be focusing on Separate is Never Equal, and how the critical race theory that Elizabeth Marshall is focusing on in her article basically means when you are critically thinking when you are reading a book to focus on race, ethnicity, class, and gender. So obviously this is mainly about race and how they are overcoming obstacles and trying to get into a school when they aren't accepted because of their race. So there's one spread in here, and it's on page 26. These are numbered. And one thing I noticed, I'm going to put a picture up on here, but the text is not reflecting how the picture is looking, because the text is the judge kind of telling the family why they can't be at this school, and they're saying that they can't speak English, so that's why they're being sent to the Mexican school, and they obviously can speak it because they are understanding every word that they are saying in this meeting right now. There's also social behavior. The judges are saying that they don't have manners and they don't have the right mindset to do any of this. But the picture obviously shows otherwise, that they are listening, they have manners, the dad is crossing his legs, like he knows what he's supposed to be doing. He doesn't need to be taught separately from anyone else. They also have the very rude comment of hygiene, saying that they're not clean. But the reason why they're not clean is because their school has bugs all over it. As you can see in the picture as well, they look clean, they look nice, they're there for a reason. And obviously when they were asked what the issue was, it was because whites were more superior. So that was the big reason, and that's the answer that they've been searching for. But every other reason wasn't actually a reason, it was an excuse. So that's how you can use critical race theory to look at a book that you are reading and kind of understand the background of it. But you also have to understand how they're able to overcome this. Obviously, Sylvia, she knows better. She knows not to listen to these people's comments because she knows that she can speak English. She knows that she's better than most people. Like, she knows that she is a strong individual, and that is someone that you can look up to while you are reading this book. And it's such a relevant issue today. This book takes place in 1945, I think the exact date is, and 65 years later, we're still having these issues. We aren't having the conversations that we need to have. So this book does a great job of looking into the past, but still kind of relating to the present today and the swap between past and present in the actual text. This quote by Elizabeth Marshall I really, really enjoy. It's this convergence between a past and present is mirrored in the narrative as Tonatiuh crafts a life story that pulls from history and speaks to and educates a contemporary audience. Obviously, we have this lens that we are able to look at this and relate it to today. So this is a really good text to start big conversations with students and how to actually have someone that is taking a stance in their life and able to promote that to children and kind of have an easier way to talk about these big questions.